In all of human history, there has never been a better time to love TV. You can scroll through Netflix and find hundreds of award-winning TV shows at the tip of your fingers. A far cry from the days when the best show was about Joey from Friends not having his friends. However, I have a question for you. Why would you watch good TV when you can watch some hot, steaming garbage?
Hello, I'm Kent Brockman, and this is Eye on Springfield.
I've been watching Food Wars lately, an anime about cooking which uses more than suggestive imagery to demonstrate the goodness of food. This has earned it the reputation to many onlookers of being nothing more than fan service trash, and it doesn't even have cool energy beams for the characters to shoot and yell about. I used to be one of those naysayers until my girlfriend said I should watch it, and I am whipped. Now I can say firsthand that Food Wars is trashy, but what's so wrong with that? Now, in terms of trashy TV, Riverdale is a whole different beast from Food Wars. However, fun fact here, it is the greatest show of all time. The first stink of shit that you get from the show is the fact that it's on the CW, and I think that if meticulously planned, 6-hour TV seasons are like God, then the CW is Satan. I think the biggest network-wide success for the CW has been their DC Connected universe. I loathe the creation of this universe. If I had the chance, I would get my knife and fork and eat it up like Galactus. The CW cranks out 23 episodes, 45 minutes each, for each season of every one of their shows, and they are not exactly great. The CW superhero shows feel ashamed of their comic book roots. They take these fun, sort of absurd characters and bring them down into the mud, just to feel more grounded. The problem is, if you're gonna make something more grounded or realistic, you also have to make it well written and well acted, and the CW struggles with both of these.
Now, you can use that bullet to shoot me and take your revenge, or you could shoot yourself.
But Riverdale is the opposite of this. It's based on the Archie comic strip, originally from the 1950s. A simple little comedy comic mostly for teenage girls, just about school dances and dates at the milkshake bar. Riverdale, however, is about murder and sex and violence and cults and the mafia and drug running in secret underground fight rings and musical numbers. So why does this work as fun trash, and this becomes boring and trite? I think it's because Riverdale took a spin on the merry-go-round and turned it into a crazy roller coaster ride. But the CW shows took an amazing comic book amusement park and turned it into a shady parking lot, littered with heroin needles. I can't really say that I care about any of the characters in Riverdale, but the show isn't about that, to me at least. To me, it's about watching the insane plots that they're put in season to season. For example, Archie Andrews, the main character, I think. Mr. Riverdale himself. A plank of wood, this fella. Real boring. Archie, show him what you've got. So dull. Thank you, Archie.
And I'm stupid.
Okay, thank you, Archie. That's enough. But he gets framed for murder, sent to juvie, put in an underground fighting ring, which is led by a warden who is involved in a cult centered around a fictional version of Dungeons and Dragons. It doesn't matter how boring he is when he's doing shit like this. Or maybe Forsyth Jughead Jones. Mr.
I'm weird. I'm a weirdo.
Yes, thank you, Jughead. This guy is a self-important jackass, but you don't have time to be annoyed with him when he starts going to a private school for writing, where he is up for a competition to start ghostwriting a children's mystery book, which leads to his classmates attempting to murder him, so Jughead fakes his death, comes back, and confronts the class about it. They just confess, even though they don't have to, because it's fucking Cole Sprouse in a beanie. And then this professor kills himself by jumping out of the same window as the last professor they had jumped out of. There are countless other examples of these plot threads that I could bring up, but I think you get the picture. However, if you think that Riverdale cannot be unironically good, you would be wrong. The premiere episode of Season 4 is without a doubt the best episode of the show, by a country mile. This episode is all about the sudden passing of Archie's father, spawned from the tragic and unexpected passing of the actor who played Archie's father, Luke Perry, rest in peace. This episode is genuinely very respectful, well written, and actually quite well acted, especially by the lead, KJ Apa. So, yes, Riverdale can be genuinely good. However, a real human being has to die for just one episode to be good, so I don't think that it's worth it. I still love this show though, because even though it's hot garbage, steaming garbage, absolute trite, it's entertaining garbage. Garbage with a little bit of spark in it, garbage that can be good if you just go digging for it. But really, this show sucks. It's so good though. I love it. It's terrible. So good. The fuck? Some people say, no, Food Wars is trashy, it sucks. And other people say, no, Food Wars is not trashy, it's great. But I have come bearing truth, people. Food Wars is great. And it is very trashy. Like lots of underdog stories, Food Wars is largely a tale of slobs versus snobs. One of the things that makes it so endearing to me, though, is that the main character, Soma, does not consider himself an underdog, and he is certainly not a slob. The plot of Food Wars is that Soma Yukihira attends the prestigious cooking school of Totsuke, where less than 10% graduate. Along his road, he meets prodigy after prodigy from wealthy cooking empires, but Soma simply cooks alongside his dad at their family diner. This lesser form of cooking earns Soma the scorn of many of his classmates, except for the ones whose opinions are actually worth a damn. For example, one of Soma's earliest allies, Megumi Todokoro, is from the simple countryside. She is as good of a chef as Soma, or really anyone else at Totsuke, but a lot of her weakness is down to not believing in her simple, honest cooking, an issue Soma never really struggles with. One of Megumi's greatest strengths, however, is her true understanding of the fact that cooking for someone is a form of care and intimacy, so the needs of the recipient of her food are always at the front of Megumi's mind. For example, in one of the first competitions where failure means immediate expulsion from the academy, Megumi intentionally cooks with flavors that are easy on the palate due to her dish being tasted after so many others. I love Food Wars, and it supports one of my strongest beliefs about cooking, that simple or cheap food done great is far better than extravagant, expensive food done fine. One of the most important food wars in the early episodes, and by the way, those are cook-offs with extremely high stakes, usually expulsion for Soma should he not come out on top. But anyways, one of the most important food wars involves Soma going up against the Meat Master, and yes, I know that that name is trashy. The Meat Master is a cocky woman who thinks that the pure, unparalleled quality of meat that she can get from a rich family will outclass Soma's food and anyone else's, no matter what. In contrast, Soma's recipe uses intentionally cheap cuts of meat, He still ends up winning, however, because he truly cared about the food and was passionate for it. We don't see him suddenly care about a dish because it's using the best ingredients. They all matter the same to Soma. He's gonna deliver perfection no matter what. And by the way, I have tried and failed to make this recipe, so it certainly isn't a really simple dish that I just fucked up. No. Soma still did not take the easy way out on this assignment. So yes, Food Wars is trashy, but it's the best trashy. It's trashy like the greasiest burger you've ever had out of a hole-in-the-wall restaurant. It's not high art, but damn, is it good. Riverdale and Food Wars are like the yin and yang for me of trashy TV. Riverdale is overly serious to mask its silly and absurd subject matter, while Food Wars is genuinely great with awesome characters, theming, and presentation, but it masks it with a silly anime sheen. The little dot they share in the middle of each other is sexualizing characters who really should not be sexualized. Riverdale has odd and cringeworthy, sexy scenes that make even the worst of the show's dialogue seem bearable by comparison. Food Wars has sexy scenes that can be pretty cringy but are usually just funny and serve to convey how wonderful the food they're tasting is. So in this age of critically acclaimed television, where you can't go 3 minutes without hearing about the new award-winning show that everyone is talking about, go dumpster diving. You might just find some gold. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching my video on trashy TV. I've wanted to make this for a while now because my girlfriend and I have been watching Riverdale for quite a bit now, so, you know, the topic of garbage has been on my mind for a long time. But seriously, as always, thank you for stopping by. My book there, The Last Universe on the Left, buy it, please. It's on Amazon, 11 horror short stories. You get it, you've been around here. We're uploading videos every week. That's how it works here. But, yeah, please like and subscribe. Lord knows I need it. Watch it again and again and mute it while you're sleeping, please. And maybe comment your favorite trashy TV or movie. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have some fun here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you stick around for the next one. Please like and subscribe. Bye.